What is going on, my fellow comic book readers, collectors, and enthusiasts alike? I'm your host, Alt, here at Control-Alt-Defeat Comics, and I am back bringing you another weekly comic book review. This time I am reviewing all of the comics that I read for Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Now, before I get into the weekly comic review and getting into my stack, talking about everything that I did, I first want to say to all of my subscribers, I am sincerely sorry for the inconsistency in my videos. I did not get you a Top Tuesday last week, and my weekly comic book review is obviously a day late this week as well. My previous, I was ill, as you may have known, and I got over that, but then this last week, we encountered a little bit of a problem with my, the room that I film these videos in. We had a bat problem. So I have not been able to actually come into this room until we had some people come take care of it. And yeah, so I have been unable to access this room for a few days, which is why, actually about a week, so that's why I was unable to get you guys the Top Tuesday as scheduled. But I will be recording the Top Tuesday. I'm going to combine last week's and this week's together, so you're going to get two separate Top 10s within the same video that should be uploading sometime this week, hopefully by the weekend. Tomorrow we'll still have my new Comic Book Day vlog as usual, but just so that way that I have it out there in the ether, so that way that I've promised it to you already, the Top Tuesday you're going to be getting from me is my Top 10 favorite couples in comic books and my top 10 least favorite couples in comic books. As you can tell, these were supposed to be for like a Valentine's Day thing. It's still February, so I'd say it still counts. And you're going to get both of those together in the same video so that you can still get another Top Tuesday out of me this month. That'll be something else. So look forward to that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get right on in to my weekly comic book review. Now, before we get on into this, let's go ahead and say it now. Spoiler alert. Spoiler warning to anybody who did not read anything that released Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Now, obviously, I did not pick up everything, so I'm only going to be able to go over the things that I read. But if you go to enjoy this video at any point, please drop a like, comment, or subscribe. Any kind of feedback or commentary you can leave this channel is always greatly appreciated. Now, let's go ahead and get into my top of the stack, my pick of the week this week. My pick of the week this week is going to go to a DC book, and it is, of course, DCKO issue number 4. Anybody who's been following my channel for a while knows that I've been absolutely loving this story. Scott Snyder on writing with Javier Fernandez on arts, and the arts in this issue are killer as they have been. This is an issue that I've been waiting on for quite a while, with the appearance of the absolute characters in the against the mainline DC heroes. We do at the end of this find out who wins the tournament, and it ultimately is Lex Luthor that wins the tournament. It is quite unexpected, I will say, and I really enjoyed that. Now, I personally cannot wait to read this last. I don't know. Actually, is it a 5-issue or a 6-issue? I want to say DCKO was a 5-issue, so I think the next issue is the last issue. But this was so much fun. It really was just a lot of action in this issue, which if this is the penultimate issue, you would kind of expect a lot of action, right? Again, I could be wrong about that. Correct me in the comments below if I am. Thank you in advance. But loved it. Absolutely 10 out of 10 issue, as always. DCKO has been so much fun. There's been 1 or 2 issues that weren't my favorite. Everything else, and those were just tie-ins, everything for the main line has been great, and every tie-in except for those 2 have been phenomenal. I've read every tie-in, and I've loved almost every one of them. So that is my number 1 book of the week, and my number 1 DC book for the week. Number 2 on the DC list is going to Absolute Wonder Woman Annual This is really good. I think I might have a while ago confused a black and gold 2026 for the annual. I thought that was this. This is the actual annual. And unlike most annuals, this has a singular story written by... Here we go. It is written by Kelly Thompson, okay, with Matea de Lewis on arts. De Eulis? Kelly Thompson writing this story, and I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce the name of the artist. This was a lot of fun. The art was really good. The story was just really enjoyable. Essentially, Wonder Woman trying her best to just some of the art for you to check out here. Just Wonder Woman, trying to free Medusa from this curse that she has. Essentially, really good, really heartfelt, actually, and I loved it. I cannot talk enough about how much I loved this, actually. It was a surprise for me how good it was. That is going to be another 10 out of 10 for me. And the last DC book on the list, the last one that I picked up for the week, was Aquaman, the DCKO tie-in. I thought this was okay. I'm not the biggest Aquaman fan, and I haven't really kept up on a lot of it, so I don't... Some of it kind of went over my head a little bit. But overall, I thought it was good, and yeah, I thought it was good. But it I think if somebody was a bigger Aquaman fan and maybe was following along a little bit better, not just because of the DCKO tie-ins, it would probably be a lot better. So I could only give this one a 6 out of 10. 7.8 out of 10, too much water. Just kidding, it's 6 out of 10. Now, the next book on our list actually is going to go to an Image comic book. That's right, once again, Marvel has been dethroned by Independence. And Independence only had one comic book this week. But it was an absolute 10 out of 10, as it always is. This is Transformers, issue number 29, written by Robert Kirkman with art by Dan Mora. And Dan Mora is one of my favorite artists in comics. Just, I love their particular art style, and I think it fits so well with Transformers. And I thought this issue, it was so action-packed, and this issue is like start to finish just raw action and fights, and it's so good. Every page is just packed to the brim with killer art, fantastic coloring, and everything. And we end off with Elita 1 coming to make Prime answer for not helping Cybertron, essentially. This was such a 10 out of 10 book. Cannot stress enough. I love Transformers. I adored what I adored what Robert Kirkman did in this issue, and I've loved everything that this story has been, from the first 24 issues by Daniel Warren Johnson to the continuation now with Robert Kirkman. But it's just been so much fun, such a phenomenal story. Every month, I just look forward so much to getting to read Transformers, and I can't wait to see more of the lore that they add to these characters. Like, there's some definite stuff that I'm really hoping that they eventually cover, like the 13 Primes and everything like that. Like, I really am loving this, and I can't wait to see where it continues to go. That is why it had to be my next on my list. Now we're going to move on to the Marvel stack here. We do have a few Marvel books to talk about here, but my number one pick of the week for Marvel went to Wade Wilson's Deadpool issue number 1. Now, I'm a big Deadpool fanboy. I cosplay as Deadpool at conventions. So this is kind of a story that, like, I sort of knew I was going to like, but it was quite a bit of fun, and I can't wait to see where the next issue goes. The art in this was really good too. Who was the creative team on this here? Percy and Shaw, Benjamin Percy and Jeff Shaw. They did a great job on the arts in this. The humor was pretty good. There were times when I felt like it could have been funnier, but I do also kind of feel like maybe they toned down the humor just a hair in the first issue just to kind of like help ease people who aren't like diehard Deadpool fans into it. But overall, I thought this was a lot of fun. I'm going to give this one a solid 9 out of 10. Really good first issue. Instantly added that to my pull list. Cannot wait for the next issue. Next on the list for Marvel was Venom number 254. I really enjoyed this. And I'm somebody who's kind of been a little iffy on this current storyline with MJ as Venom. But I gotta say, like, it is, Al Ewing's writing is really good. He does a great job with the Venom mythos, and then I honestly really like what he's done with MJ. Like, he's made me like MJ quite a bit. And yeah, I just really have enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this issue, this big fight with Madame Mask, and finally getting to see Madame Mask be defeated. Of course, she just gets away as per usual, just teleports on out of there. But overall, though, I just thought this was a whole heck of a lot of fun, and I really cannot wait to see what happens next. I mean, I know we've got the Venom, the Death Spiral event that's coming up. I need to add all of that to my pull list, which is going to be expensive, and I don't want to. Darn it, Marvel, why do you have to do cool events? But I mean, I'm glad that they're getting their stuff together a little bit, because 2025 was not a great year for Marvel. I'm hoping 2026 can see an improvement. Next up on my list, we have Planet She-Hulk. This is issue number 4. This is Stephanie Phillips, I do believe, on writing here with, I definitely can't show you that page. Let's see. Oh, see, here's some combat pages, so for you, for some examples of art. This story was really good. Yes, Stephanie Phillips is the writer with art Emilio Lazio. And this story is essentially Jennifer Walters being stuck on Sakaar after Hulk asked her to look after the planet for a few days. It has been much longer than she was supposed to be here, and Hulk still has yet to return. So Jen is trying to hold things together. This issue was all about her fighting against her boyfriend, the Jack of Hearts. I think in one of my videos I called him her ex-boyfriend. No, they're canonically still together. They are a thing. So this was a kind of Valentine's Day special almost for them for this book. But it was a lot of fun, honestly. It was really really good. The ending was, I did not expect the end of this story for sure, and it really has me curious where the next issue goes. I don't remember if this is a 5-issue mini or if this is an ongoing. I've said that a lot. I feel like it's probably a 5-issue, but we'll see, I guess. But yeah, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. Did I give I don't remember if I gave this one a score, but if I did not, Venom 254 is going to get a solid 8 out of 10 from me. Really enjoyed that. And then Planet She-Hulk issue number 4 is going to get a solid 7.5 out of 10 out of me. Really enjoyed that one as well. And then the bottom of the pile, the last on the list for the week. Not that it was a bad book at all, actually. And I wouldn't even necessarily call it the bottom of the pile. I would give that up, actually, to Aquaman. But bottom of the pile for Marvel this week was the Amazing Spider-Man Torn issue number 5. And honestly, this was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it. I just am kind of sad that it's over. It's not the bottom of the Marvel stack because it's bad. It's the bottom of the Marvel stack because everything else was better. This was still good. I did enjoy it. It was a satisfying end to a nice 5-issue miniseries. I just wish it was going to continue or get another volume because it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed seeing Peter in his college years again. It was a nice change of pace. while we currently have a lot of adult Peter stories going on at the moment. So, I'm going to go ahead and give Amazing Spider-Man Torn issue number 5 a solid 7 out of 10. Really good. Still not the lowest of the week, but just below the other Marvel issues for the week. So, that was my full review of everything that I read from Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. If you enjoyed this video at any point, please like, comment, or subscribe. Any kind of feedback or commentary you can leave me is always greatly appreciated. I'm always looking forward to having a conversation with you down below about comic books. Comic books are my passion, and if you're watching this channel, I imagine they are yours as well. So thank you so very much for checking out this channel. Thank you for being patient about my videos during all of the chaos that has been going on over the past couple of weeks. I'm hoping that things will be back to normal-ish very shortly, and I will see you tomorrow for my new Comic Book Day vlog. But with that being said, have yourself a fantastic day, fantastic week, and I will see you in my next video.